everyone, Anissa Coy here with Firehouse Education, and I'm actually doing this video in a response to a couple of questions I had on another fire video that I did. And I want to talk today about logging and dealing with destroyed food items or food items that were involved when there's a fire. So there's a couple things I want to say right off the top of the bat. I am extremely cautious when it comes to food. I always tell my homeowners, you know, I am not a chemist and I'm not a scientist, and I can't get inside of their food and microscopically tell if these saltine crackers had soot get into any of the little tiny holes that may be here, or if this bag of flour that is open on top, is there any soot that could have gotten in there? I have no idea. So I let them know that right off the top of the bat, and I always tell them that what I like to do is I like to, you know, I always think would I eat that? If I'm uncomfortable or not sure if something is contaminated, then I'm not going to eat that or give that to my family. So that's what I always advise them when they ask me. This particular homeowner, for instance, saltine crackers are going, obviously the paper towels are going, the flour and sugar that's open and this bread that is just loosely open, that's going to go. We're going to be okay with the things that are closed up in the hard cardboard boxes with plastic inside, because this was an extremely light, and I stress light, smoke soot situation. Okay, so however, if she was told me she was uncomfortable with these things, then I would say, okay, well, let's just go ahead and log and destroy them. Okay, now on the side, and of course anything that was open, like I don't have any, but like if there was fruit on the table, or, you know, butter, some people will leave a butter out on a dish to use on their toast that's room temperature. I would always destroy that. I would not want someone using that. Now, as far as the insurance companies are concerned, what happens for me is insurance adjusters straight up tell me, Anissa, you're the contents expert, not me, your call. Or it's the homeowner's call. If they're not comfortable, let's log destroy it and get rid of it. So I've never had an adjuster ever be upset with me about food or logging destroying it. I've actually had homeowners more often that will get upset going, well, that looks like a lot of really good food that's going in the garbage. You know, maybe I should take it and donate it at the food bank. Well, a couple things I say to that. One, you know, when I showed them with the chem sponge on their walls that you couldn't see any smoke and soot, and yet I could take the chem sponge down and show them that the walls had black on it. It's kind of the same philosophy with this food. I can't see if it's contaminated or not, but that's the operative word. I can't see if it's not contaminated. So, you know, why ingest something or eat something that could be questionable and have somebody get sick? That's why I would say let's err on the side of caution. The other thing is that if we're going to log destroy it, I certainly wouldn't take it to a food bank and donate it, because if I'm uncomfortable eating it, I'm not going to give it to somebody else. And you know, the other thing is that most of us, I mean, for a house that was an average fire, we're probably only talking $300 worth of food that winds up getting destroyed. So it's not like we're talking thousands of dollars. And most items like this would be completely fine. Even though it's open, it has been opened, it's got a hard lid on the top of it. I want to show you over here in this other cupboard as well. For instance, totally fine with, you know, here's this container, but it's got a lid on it. All of these aspirins and things, they're completely fine. They've got lids on them. The cans of vegetables and beans, completely fine. Again, this was a very light smoke situation, and when I tested this particular cabinet, there wasn't even any soot evidence in here, so none of these items are even being touched or considered. So I hope that has given you some good information about handling food when you're logging destroyed. It's not a cut and dry question, and it's not a cut and dry answer when it comes to that. So one of the things I'd really stress to you is, you know, this is where good communication is important. Talk with your homeowner and ask them what their concerns are. Talk to the adjuster and let them know what the homeowner's concerns are, what your concerns are, and ask them for their input, so that it's like everybody's getting together and we're making the decision together, not me telling the adjuster this is how it's going to be, or the homeowner, and that tends to make things just be a little bit smoother in that conversation. Now, that all being said, I do want to absolutely stress that if it's a kitchen fire, or this kitchen were even, you know, medium to dark black with soot, food goes. And that includes canned goods. I will not take a can and clean it. If it's got smoke and soda, I will not clean that and give it back to the homeowner and tell them it's okay. If they want to, it's up to them, or if the adjuster wants them to, it's up to them, but I won't do it. Because if there's black soot all over, and depending on how close the proximity that the fire happened, that fire could get pretty hot. And I have no idea what temperature change that this canned good went through. And again, I'm not a chemist. I can't get inside that can and know if everything's okay. So again, you guys, you know, we're talking about, you know, in an average home, about $300 worth of food that we're dealing with, okay? And I know there's some extreme cases out there, but, you know, that's pretty average. So I'm going to err on the side of caution, and that's how I handle log destroying when it comes to food items in the pantry. So I hope you found this informational and helped somewhat give you some information to answer your question. Like I said, it's not a cut and dry answer. But I hope that it helps give you enough information that when you get in this position and you're dealing with food items, that you're going to be able to make a good recommendation not only for your homeowner, but for your adjuster. So again, I want to thank you for your time. I know it's valuable, and for watching the video. And please keep the questions coming. I love it, and I will keep doing videos for you guys and answering them as quickly as I can. So you have a great day.